podcasting, and we live. All right, y'all. So I'm back again. I was here earlier this week. I'm back this today with another interview with the amazing, beautiful, talented Leanna Kim Perez, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say hello. Lee, say hello to everybody.
Going on, y'all.
What's going on, y'all? She's so humble. All right. Lee, I want you to introduce yourself because I know you're a woman of many talents. You got a lot of things going on. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, talk about the things, and flex a little bit.
Flex a little bit. How much time we got?
We
Nah.
got plenty of time. We got
Um,
plenty of time.
let's see. We're gonna go down the list. So, yes, my name is Leanna. I I do a lot. Let me think. Okay, so we'll start with the obvious reasons. I'm a poet. I am an author. I am an artist. I am a makeup artist. I am a face and body painter. Am I missing something? A financial literacy teacher. Um, I think that's it.
That's something I didn't know about you that you teach financial literacy. Tell us more about. You said you're an author. Talk about your book. What's your book title?
So I brought one. Well, I found one, I should say. They be hiding. So I wrote Growing Pains, which is just my first poetry book that has over 40 something poems dated back from my college days when I first started writing, and then all the way up until 2022.
So, how long ago were you in college?
2015 was when I graduated.
2015. So that's about what, 7 years now?
Yep.
So 7 years with poetry writing. What prompted you to write a book?
I just had a bunch of notes in my phone, and it was just like, really, it started when um 2017, back when it was the African American Culture Center.
Mm.
I started doing something we called, was it Afro Renaissance,
Mm-hmm.
which was just like kind of like a speakeasy vibe, and we would do like poetry nights and open mic type things where people would just come and do performances, and then it's kind of pretty much similar to what we do now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became like a thing we did every couple months, and
Mm-hmm.
then we started doing the Juneteenth performances,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there it became, okay, well, maybe we should like continue doing this and then like make it a thing, and then that's how the book came.
Mm. So you kind of got inspired by just being around other creative people. All right, now you said 47, 48 poems in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh
Tell
my.
me what is your favorite poem in that book right now, and then tell me how does it feel to be a published author? 'Cause that's
So
something
my favorite. You asking some heavy hitter questions here, sir.
we gotta start off with some heavy hitter questions. Got to get you into it.
The first one, I think my first ever that I really like fell in love with was one that was like about me being Hispanic,
Mm.
and it was it's called An Ode to the Afro Latina, and it was like the first one that kind of, it was like a, I guess like an intro poem
Mm-hmm.
for people to kind of like get an idea of who I am. So it kind of like explains that I'm from the city, and that I'm Hispanic. But like I feel like a lot of Hispanic people up here don't really rep that they're Hispanic. We just know it. So
Mm.
it's just like okay, up here we have a lot of poets, but nobody's really like really step it. I feel like for like Afro Latinas and stuff like that up here. So I was like, well, let's just like throw a little spice in there real quick.
I've definitely heard that poem, and it definitely shows the spice you got in you because you definitely a short and spicy Afro Latina, and you rep it. You rep it every single time you get a chance to, which is a good thing because, like you said, we as Afro Latinas have to showcase that we're part of the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
We get lost in that. Um, so yeah, definitely, what I'm saying, that probably is your favorite poem because I remember because don't you go like in and out of Spanish with it as well as I see, and people don't you got to be able to do things like that, showcase every side of you. So we're probably gonna get back to that poem at some point. I wanted to dive deep into like your journey with poetry.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into poetry? Why poetry?
My mama. So
Mm-hmm.
I was a nosy kid. Yeah, I was
Mm-hmm.
definitely the one that got in trouble for being in my mama's stuff.
Mm.
So I found like my mom used to have these regular composition notebooks, and I used to always want to know what was in it. Cause my mom has really like beautiful handwriting,
Mm.
but like she's always writing down like she was like writing down ideas and stuff like that. So I found one of the notebooks, and it
Mm.
actually ended up being like a poetry book.
Mm.
And then I was reading, I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like she wasn't really like a rhyming type of poet,
Mm.
but it was definitely like you could see her performing it like in a little hole in the wall type bar or something, like having like the like I picture like the Goofy movie.
Mm. Okay, I'm seeing the scene.
Yeah,
All
so that's like the vibe like I got as a
right. Mm-hmm.
kid. I'm like, oh, this would be like, you see the Goofy movie and you see that they're doing like a little bit of poetry. And like, okay, that's like your first little reference
Mm-hmm.
of what poetry is like. And then from there, it was just like, okay. And then I started, it's so crazy thinking about like poetry goes back to like Dr. Seuss days. And you
Mm.
don't really realize that we've been around poetry for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And
Grow
then
up.
like once I started putting two and two together and realizing that that's what that was, I was like, I like that.
Mm.
So it
Okay.
sparked from young, but I
Mm.
didn't start writing for a minute.
Mm. So what got you into writing? Why'd you start writing?
Um, it became like a form of therapy for me.
Mm.
Like, as you know, I've been painting and drawing and stuff like that for years, but I was never able to really like articulate my thoughts in a way that my parents would understand. I
Mm.
just couldn't explain myself.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times I would just end up drawing something, and then like that's how my mom figured out certain things about me, because
Mm-hmm.
she would just always pay attention to what I was drawing.
Mm. So so it went from so kind of just trying to find a way to communicate with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been an artistic avenue.
Yeah.
So do you think poetry helped you communicate with them, or you said it was a way for them to understand you, but was it more drawing or was it more poetry that allowed them
It
to?
was like both, but like I
Mhm.
think my art, like my drawings and stuff like that, evolved into my poetry as like I got
Mhm.
older.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like I wasn't always able to draw. So then I'm like, okay, well let me try to like piece into like let me work on myself when it comes to words and
Mm.
being able to explain what I'm feeling in a
Mm.
way that everybody else could understand.
Got you. They do say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So
Mm-hmm.
going off of that, have you ever turned any of your paintings into poetry or made a poem out of one of your paintings?
I'm gonna think. I don't think I turned one into one, but
Hmm.
I think like there's a few that probably go hand in hand with some of my poems.
Which ones do you think those are? Like which ones, if you were to pick, because you got a lot of paintings.
I know
We're
I'm
gonna
trying to think. Um,
aren't there like two of them of yours back there right behind you?
yeah, there's this one is huge. This
Hmm.
one is 4 feet by 5 feet or something like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but this one is kind of
Hmm.
like related to one of my poems because this one is called Love Letters to My Future.
Mm. Okay. Love letters to my future.
Yeah,
Is that the poem title or is that the painting
that's
title?
the painting title.
So what's the poem title that relates to that?
Let me see. Hold
Yeah,
on.
let's go into the book. Let's go into the book. Go into the chat. Hey, cousin, what's up, classmate? Tell everybody to tap in, check in with Lee. You know what I'm saying? She sells paintings. She's also a poet, but she's, and she does a lot of different things. So check out the pretty painter on Instagram, y'all. She also got a Gryffindor jersey on right now. She's repping the team. We're not doing Slytherin out here. We
We're
rock
gonna
with
do none of
Hufflepuff.
them.
We kind of rock with Hufflepuff. We kind of rock with Ravenclaw, but no Slytherin out here. All right.
No, not for it to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's in the book or if it's.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. While you looking, I want to ask this question to you real quick. What does poetry mean to you?
Um, so I know you remember that poem I just did at our last show.
Mm-hmm.
So poetry for me has always been like, not to sound corny, but it feels like a magical thing. Like it's like something that not everybody could do,
Mm-hmm.
but like when you see it, it's like, oh shit, like that's. Oh, I didn't mean to curse, but
No,
It's like one
it's
of those
fine.
things that like you
Mm-hmm.
don't realize that it's like a skill. Like it's you have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
it's
have.
not everybody can make a really good poem. Like you could write something that's like your thoughts and stuff like that, but I
Mhm.
feel like you gotta be like I feel like we're magicians.
We definitely are.
Like it's something I it's like something you can't explain. It's
Uh-huh.
like you see it, you hear it,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't explain how we did it.
You can't. You kind of just go with the flow. It happens the way it happens.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just like words just somehow find a way to the paper, and the next thing you
Hmm.
know, like you said, you made some type of magic, and that's a beautiful thing, to be that talented and creative. And I think it comes from just seeing the world for what it is, and then repainting it just the way like you do with your portraits and stuff like that. So going off of that, um, when was the first time you felt like this is it? Like I can do this. Like this is one of my avenues.
It was when I was in college. So
Mhm.
back I want to say it was like maybe 20 like the beginning of 2014. While I was in college, we would like I would write poems randomly, and I used to be like obsessed with like Life Jennings.
Mm-hmm. Must be nice. That's all
Exactly.
I
So
hear his name.
like the way he was just like a storyteller in his music. So it was just like I had wrote a poem that basically explained like my upbringing, my mom being a single parent, a teen parent, and
Mhm.
how growing up in Brooklyn, like things was just rough. And at the time, my friends were part of the newspaper,
Mm.
so they was like, "Oh, let me see like your book," because I used to just write randomly. Like I used to just write bars, like, and
Mhm.
then just leave them there, and then eventually they would become something. So they would just like look at my book, and they was like, "Do you have a poem that you would put in the newspaper?" And it ended up being that poem. And
Mm.
then when I was in college, the president of the school was my mentor.
Mm.
So she ended up getting a hold of the newspaper to basically approve of it. And when she read that, I got called into the principal's office. Like,
Principal's office.
yes,
Oh
like
my goodness.
I had to speak to the dean. She was just like, I thought I was in trouble. I thought I did something
Mhm.
horrible. I thought maybe I cursed at a poem and nobody saw it. Like I didn't
Mhm.
know what to think. And she was just like, I just wanted to talk to you because like you don't think that you're really impacting people with what you're saying, but like there's people that I'm sure that have gone through the same thing and now they're relating to it. And
Mhm.
it happened that the president of my college, her mother was a single mother. So she
Mhm.
related to everything in the poem. It
Mhm.
ended up going from her to the entire executive committee of the college, and then she like had to meet my mom. Like my
Mhm.
mom drove down to the city to go meet the president of the school because she like literally had to meet my mom for some reason.
Mhm.
And from there I was like, yeah, I got some.
Mhm.
Got some. Okay.
Mhm. And now look at where you at. Think about that journey if you had never started writing and stuff like that. So here you are,
Yep.
pretty painter, you know what I'm saying? The poet. What would you say your poet name is? What would you want it to be?
I've thought about this so bad. Like me and Antonia have gone back and forth and I'm like, that's corny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, that's not me. I can't. And then we was like, well, maybe it should just be the pretty painter. Like that should just be my brand name and just let it be that. Cause like technically I'm still painting. I'm just painting a picture verbally.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, nah, I don't know about that. Then I was like, lead a poet. I'm like, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really like the little that I
Mm-hmm.
want. It's not like Salt Bay in it. It's just real bland, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We might have to have like a team meeting about this and like throw out options because I'm
Mm-hmm.
drawing a blank there.
You know what's interesting is like your poetry name somehow just comes to you. It's not something that like someone can actually like, oh yeah, we're gonna choose this. It's like one day you just sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, you know? Like I can recall how my name became my name, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea, you know? Anthony is on here talking about you literally just talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving y'all time. She just asked us to give y'all some time and y'all figure it out. Listen, it
Yeah.
takes time. You the thing about like the one thing I love about poetry and just naming yourself is it comes to you. You don't really try you can't force a poem. You know what I'm saying? If you
Mhm.
feel it. If you don't, you don't. So when your name comes, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear it, if someone gives you a name, that's even better because it's like, oh, you thought that's who I was. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it might be,
It's awesome, but I
yeah.
don't know.
Nah, you gotta. I would say dive into who you are. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like, oh, the pretty paint or anything like that. It could be something about your heritage or something connected to your mom. Like think about the layers of who you are as a poet. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking to you, you hear, your connection with your mother, you hear your connection with your heritage. So something like that may be your poet name, you know what I'm saying? But moving on, because I don't
I'm like
let's
trying to think like
no, let's not think too deeply. Next question.
mhm.
When you hear the words you, me, and poetry, what do you think?
um I think about the relationships we've grown with in our poetry. Like I remember when we first started, it was just like we just a bunch of random poets.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely, and especially like that's why another reason why I feel like people really need to come out to our shows because it's like for me, it feels like a family reunion.
Mm. Yeah, that's what we
It's
try.
like every time we link up, it's like, oh God, like we really be sitting here like, so what's Logan gonna wear this time? Really
Ah!
like we be
Yeah.
like, so Donnie wearing a Lucid Voices jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's certain things about each one of us that were like, yeah, I could bet on that. I could bet on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know exactly who is who, and then like we know who to expect to be there. So then we just try to get everybody else to come hang out with us. But I feel like once people like, you don't have to explain you, me, and poetry once you're there.
Mm.
It's
It's
like
just,
one of those things that doesn't have like a set explanation.
mm-hmm. It's just kind of like this is what it is, and if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're missing
Yeah,
out.
it's like the energy of
Mm-hmm.
it. It's not like it's just like when you get around family that you ain't seen mad long.
Yeah,
It's like
that's what we're
like
going for. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, say what you say. I'm sorry, I may cut you off.
no, I'm just saying it's like the excitement of seeing family members you ain't seen in mad long.
It's like really connecting with the people that you love, you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
and the next thing you know, sorry, I'm looking at the chat and just Nia and Logan are kind of going off on each other right now. When you said we don't know what Logan's gonna wear, he goes, "Wait a minute," and Nia said, "Yes, Logan, we bet on what you're wearing on the 7th."
Yeah.
we don't,
Yeah.
that'll be a funny little game. What's Logan wearing? Nothing. Okay, no, I'm playing. I hope he wears something because man,
Logan's gonna wear a suit jacket with a button up, and it's gonna be unbuttoned like two, three buttons, and then he's gonna have blue contacts in, and I think that's it. I think it's gonna be like a suit or something.
I need Logan to put on some red contacts because he's naughty. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't about Logan. It's about you. Somebody's birthday is coming up pretty soon. Talk about Sagittarius season and the type and just what's your expectations for your birthday coming up. You know what is
So
30 looking like? Because
first of all, you wasn't supposed to say the number.
girl, you about to hit your prime. All right, we gotta embrace 30. I'm 30, you 30. We look 24. You know what I'm saying? You look 18, I look 21. We gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so bad because every time like leading up to my birthday,
Hmm.
I don't be excited at all. And then as we get like earlier, I was just like, "Hey Siri, how many days left until December 9th?" There's 18 days left. There's
Shit.
18 days left until
Mhm.
December 9th.
Okay.
But Sagittarius season starts tomorrow.
Oh man, that means she gonna be Sagittarius in all winter.
Sagittarius season starts tomorrow.
I can't blame you because I
I
wait.
don't start the antics until December 1st.
It's Big Lee Day. That's what Antonia just said.
It's Big Lee Day on December 9th. And it's December all December.
But what is Big Lee looking like? What are we anticipating? Especially because December 7th we gotta pop out and show everybody. So what are you expecting from the rest of the poets? What are we expecting from you? What can we get from you on
Uh,
you get the opportunity to call some people out right now and say this is what I need from you. So you know who's performing, you know what I'm saying, on December 7th. You know what you want. So
Okay. I'm gonna go down the list, right?
Oh, y'all better
So
in the chat. Y'all ready?
so from Miss Alyssa, I need something spicy but very feminine.
Mhm.
I need her to, cause you can't be the captain of Team Naughty and not put the little spice on it.
She got to come
So
through.
I need that. I need that. I need Logan to be like. I need Logan to be Logan.
That
If
means
we
you
know what that means.
got
I
he got
need
extra.
I need him to come with the gifts. I need that. Miss Nia Renee, I need to feel like I want to feel like her poem gives like that Christmas dinner, like
Ooh.
that home cooking. That yeah, I need that vibe. I need to feel warm and happy inside. I
Hmm.
need that. Let me see. Mr. Kareem Ture, I need what is it? That must be jam because jelly don't shake like that. Something like that, or is it the opposite?
That
I need
must yep. That's must be jelly because jam no shake like that.
yep.
Yep.
I need that one. He need to run that one back because that would every time he say that we'd be like
Hmm.
that was that one.
Yep.
But let me see, let me see. And per usual, if drip is there, you already know what's gonna come with that.
The drip gonna be there. That's the thing. The drip is always gonna be there. You know what I'm
So
saying? It's
we
gonna be
already know. If they don't know what the drip brings, then you just need to be there on the 7th to understand.
there. You gonna have to show up, Team Nice. Uh, you said warm like a warm Christmas dinner for Antonia. That's
Mm-hmm.
something too. I'm gonna need that. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I'm
Cause
just if you've never had Antonia's food, that is just the vibe of it.
and that's the disrespect right there. Cause she been cooking for everybody. She been cooking for you, but didn't cook for anybody else. But it's not about her today.
She
It's
only
about
did that one time, but it's that first impression. Yeah, we just gonna talk about this offline because if you've never had her food, you need to book her. You need
Mhm.
to book my sis for catering because her food is immaculate.
Yep. Okay. Whew. Trying to think of something else. Hmm. Moving on. So everybody, you know your expectations in the chat because some of y'all in this chat right now.
Mm.
Logan, I don't want to hear nothing angelic. Okay. Leader already told you to be Logan. So you know what that means. Kareem, yes. Jam don't shake like that. They commenting and going off right now. I wish I could show you the chat. They're going off. Let's talk about what are we expecting from you. You know what I'm saying? Are we getting surprised? Are we you have something that you have lined up? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And do you
I'm
want
I'm thinking about spicing it. Like I want it to be because I am team nice,
hmm
but I think I'm gonna play the fence.
play the fence?
I think I'm gonna play the fence a little bit.
You could, you know what I'm saying? See, it's your birthday weekend, so we need to make sure that you celebrate yourself a little bit, you know? You gotta come through, you know what I'm saying? You gotta attract the attention from everybody in the room. You gotta pop out. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to see you. I don't need humble. I don't need humble. You being humble right now. I need you to show everybody like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard the mission.
The mission. Hey, this is not my mission. This is the mission to everybody else. You know, chat.
Yeah, our
Do we,
chat's going crazy.
yeah. Do we need Lee to pop out and show niggas? Because I'm telling her that, but I don't think people are listening, and I'm waiting for them.
They gonna be
While
talking junk.
they are, while you waiting for them, let's look at. Are you planning on any other books? What's going on with you right now? What can we expect from you as the enterprise of Leanna Kim?
So the second book is coming out in 2025.
Woo! He said 2025. People stop playing with her. That's
Yes, we're shooting for something to start the summer with.
something to start the summer with. Oh, okay. Is it gonna be a hot summer, a cold summer?
I mean it's gonna be it's gonna be a hot summer. I think so.
Oh gosh.
I think we gonna start it off with a good little appetizer, and then we gonna see what we come up with for the rest of the summer. But I'm sure between us and the team, some gonna end up popping off for the summer.
No, it's not. It's not about us right now. It's about you. We want to know what you got for the
I
summertime.
got the book. I'm definitely gonna end up doing another art show soon.
Mm-hmm. We
I don't know
definitely.
how soon, but we're gonna see. But 30 should definitely be a big year. I'm definitely gonna drop like new merch. Um, yeah, we gonna that one's on the hush though, cause I think I'm gonna try something that I haven't done before. So that's on the hush.
So let's spin this back real quick.
Okay.
You paint, you
Mhm.
do face painting, financial literacy coach. You got merchandise. You got
Mhm.
a book. Did I
Mhm.
miss anything, chat? Did I miss something? Because I know Logan said something as well. But you got a lot of things going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you got yourself a little enterprise going on. Like I said before, you got a little conglomerate going on right now. This is
I'm trying not to be broke. They said millionaires have like seven sources of income. I'm trying to.
it's true. They do have it's seven sources of income for millionaires. Yep. So makeup artist,
Mhm.
model. We forget that you model. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You got a
Sometimes.
lot of things going for you. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be multi talented and creative. You got
Mhm.
a whole embodiment of creativity going on. Um, so definitely giving the flowers. Yes, sis is talented, Kareem. You know what I'm saying? So all
Stop.
right, huh?
I said.
Man, this is the moment you get your flowers. You gotta take what we giving you. You know what I'm saying? Receive this praise because I know it's not easy. It ain't easy at all. But I think I ran out of questions. Before I go on to the poem section, is there anything you want to tell us? Anything about you that we didn't talk about?
No, we covered a lot. I do have a performance this weekend.
Okay, where at?
I am at Cafe Hollywood, and
Okay.
I'll post the information
Mm-hmm.
that we can all get that. I just don't remember the details right now, but I will be there, so I might just practice a little some.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then, I'll definitely have books. So if anybody wants to pop out and come hang out, definitely
Mhm.
check my page for that information. Um, and then really, I'm just gonna be preparing for the seventh because
Listen, it's gonna
that's
be the
that's
seventh.
gonna be
Mo-
that's gonna be real interesting.
It's gonna be a movie. Now remind us, you on what team are you on?
I am team nice.
Being nice. That's
Hmm.
see how far that goes.
I said I'm gonna be on the fence. I might have to, like Santa baby something up in there.
I like that concept. Kind
Yeah,
of, kind of thinking about that right there.
see
Yeah.
something cool. Y'all gotta be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. We concocting something. I can see everybody in the chat kind of mixing it up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an interesting night. So, but going off of that,
Hmm.
we always end this off with a poem. So give us a poem. Give us Lee. What type
Oh,
of poem?
you want the Spanish one? I feel like we hyped up the Spanish one. Now I feel like everybody's gonna want that one.
We definitely did. I want you to do what you want to do, but I definitely want to see that Spanish one.
That's one of my favorites, anyway. So let's see. Mm, wait, where's my water? Before I get tongue tied and then. Okay. So this one is an ode to the Afro Latina.
Mm-hmm.
Esta negra tiene tumbao. Yes, this black girl has style. Like the day before Thanksgiving, I am the greatest mixture you've ever seen. I've got the fairest shade of masa covered skin. My curves resemble the waves of flamenco beach. I bear my tresses like a crown made of banana leaves. However, sometimes I tend to forget who I am. Days when I feel like less of a woman, I stand naked in front of the mirror and remind myself that I bear the strength of a billion beautiful women before me. I tattooed my ancestors to remind myself I break barriers for the women who were silenced. It took me 25 years to realize that the village in which I was raised once stood on the tierra of Guayama. Long before this Brooklyn girl opened her eyes for the first time, Carmen picked dinner from the garden and Bayo made cement blocks by hand. I was taught to be a warrior, so on nights when the cuckoo rears his ugly ass head from beneath my bed, I pretend to grab my machete and summon the spirits of my ancestors to slay my fears. I carry the blood of generations of strong women before me, so remember it as it is, and I forever will be Afro Latina hasta la muerte. Thank you.
I love that poem. You gotta sit in that because it's like, yo, bro, like I'm here, and y'all gotta respect the fact that I'm all of this person, and shut the fuck up. That's what it gets.
Literally, like I love the silence after that poem
Mm-hmm.
because
That
that's exactly what it is.
because you gotta think like, okay, what was she saying in Spanish? Da, 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 da. Then you gotta think, oh, she was saying some real shit outside of just speaking in Spanish, and even
Mm-hmm.
the Spanish was saying some real shit. But it's also just the first time I heard you perform it,
Mm-hmm.
like the feeling you gave off of it was just like, this is me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't it was Leanna the person. You know what I'm saying? Like this, your humanity came out in such a way. I was like, oh yeah, that's her poem right there. That's her signature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Whew.
what I feel like. I love that poem because it always feels like a statement, like a I put my foot in the sand, like don't play with me.
You standing firm on your ground. Like this is where I plant my seeds. Firm.
Yep.
Whoo. It chills. All
That's that
right.
feel good poem. I love that poem.
It is. You gotta recite that one time. We gonna do something for that. Probably like Latino Heritage Month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, that's it for our interview. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Leanna, the pretty painter, the face painter, the artist, the poet, the model, the just all around amazing, talented, beautiful, wonderful person and women. She will be turning 16 on December 9th. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
love,
you
love.
know, she is going to be at You Me and Poetry. She is on Team Nice. You better get there. If you miss it, that's your bad. You'll be all right. We'll see you soon, y'all. Lee, thank you again. I hope you have a good night.
You
It was
too.
good,
Bye.
good chopping up with you in the stream.